Hello students, let us learn the third chapter of your social studies textbook today. The name of the chapter is Our Industries. Now you look at these pictures. Can you identify these logos? Can you name their companies? Take a look at this logo. This is Chevrolet. And now this Suzuki. And this is Tata. And this one is Toyota. These companies produce goods, mainly automobiles, by converting raw materials into useful products using labor or machines in factories. This process of making useful products using raw materials in a factory is called manufacturing. Here we used a new word, raw materials. What are these raw materials? Raw materials are the basic materials from which a product is made. Like sugarcane. What do we make from sugarcane? We make sugar from sugarcane. The process of manufacturing goods using raw materials is carried out in an industry. Let us learn about these industries today. Let us start with setting up an industry. In order to set up an industry or to establish an industry, certain things are required. What are those things? They are raw materials, machines, human labor, tools and finance. These help in the process of making or manufacturing a thing or a product. Now let us learn more about all these requirements for manufacturing in detail. Let's start with raw material. I have already told you about raw material. A raw material is the basic commodity or good that is used in the process of manufacturing. For example, cotton is a raw material for making cloth. Next is machines. Machines are required to convert or change raw materials into finished goods. For example, sugarcane is the raw material that is converted into sugar or jaggery with the help of machines. Next requirement for establishing an industry is power. A regular supply of fuel and power is necessary to run an industry. What is this power? Power is the energy to make the machines to operate. Like electricity. Electricity obtained from coal and water is the major source of power. Electricity is needed to run the machines that help in the process of manufacturing. We have mainly two sources from which we get power. One is thermal power and the other is hydroelectricity. Thermal power is produced using coal and hydroelectricity is generated by using water power. Another important requirement for setting up an industry is labor. Skilled human labor is useful in running an industry. In an industry, professionals such as scientists, engineers, managers and workers make use of their special training and experience to produce goods. Another requirement for setting up an industry is finance. What is finance? Finance is the money required for obtaining all the other requirements for setting up an industry. Money is an important factor in setting up an industry. It is required to buy raw materials, land, machines and labor. And finally, we require transportation to set up an industry. Transportation is required for carrying raw materials to the factory. Once the raw materials are converted into finished goods or finished products, these products are transported to the markets for sale. How? It is transported using vehicles. So transportation is needed. Transport system makes it possible to carry goods from one place to another all over the world. We transport these goods in ships, trains, planes, trucks, etc. That's all about the requirements for setting up an industry. Now let us move on to the types of industries. Industries are classified into different types. Different industries use varied raw materials. Based on the source from which the raw material is obtained, industries are classified into different types. Agro-based industries, mineral-based industries and forest-based industries. Let us find out what these all are. Let's start with agro-based industries. What are these agro-based industries? The industries that use agricultural produce as raw material are called agro-based industries. Cotton, jute and silk textiles are some examples of agro-based industries. Next one is mineral-based industries. Mineral-based industries are industries that rely on minerals for their raw materials. Some examples are aluminium, iron, steel and cement producing industries. Next one is forest-based industries. What are these forest-based industries? Industries that obtain their raw materials from forests are called forest-based industries. Paper, cardboard, utensils and basket making industries are a few examples of forest-based industries. We learned how industries are classified on the basis of the source of their raw materials. There is one another way we can classify industries, and that is based on their size, like cottage industries, small scale industries and large scale industries. Let us learn about these in detail. Let's start with cottage industries. What is a cottage industry? A cottage industry is a small industry where people work in their own houses and they use simple tools to make products. They do small scale work using raw materials such as cloth, wood, cane, etc. They make products such as baskets, cloth, toys, pots and shawls, etc. Cloth weaving industries include handloom and khadi industries. Another type of industry is small scale industries. Small scale industries are owned and run by individuals. Goods such as furniture, utensils, garments, electrical products and plastic materials are manufactured in small scale industries. But the number of people working in a small scale industry is more than the people working in a cottage industry. The third classification of the industries based on their size is large scale industries. A large scale industry employs several people. Heavy machines are used to make products there. A large amount of money is required to set up a large scale industry. Cotton, car and aeroplane manufacturing, shipbuilding and iron and steel industries are some examples of large scale industries. Now let us look at some important industries of India. Iron and steel industries, cotton industries, automobile industries, engineering industries and oil industries are some of the important industries of India. Let us learn more about them. Let's start with iron and steel industries. The iron and steel industry provides raw material to many industries such as automobile and shipbuilding industries. Iron and steel are used in the manufacturing of machines and tools. Jamshedpur, Bhilai, Rourkela and Visakhapatnam are some of the main centers of iron and steel industry in our country. Next is cotton industry. India is one of the largest producers of cotton in the world. Gujarat and Maharashtra are the leading states for cotton textile production in our country. Mumbai, Ahmedabad and Surat are the important cotton textile centers in India. Next is automobile industry. The automobile industry manufactures vehicles such as trucks, cars and buses. Main centers of automobile industry are Jamshedpur, Gurgaon, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata and Pune. Another type of industry in India is engineering industry. Heavy machines such as cranes, pumps, etc. and spare parts of such machines are manufactured in engineering industries. These industries are located in Kolkata, Mumbai, Hyderabad and Bengaluru. Another important industry in our country is oil industry, where oil is refined. An oil refinery is a factory where impurities are removed from oil to make it pure. Oil refineries are located in the states of Assam, Uttarakhand, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. We studied about different types and kinds of industries. Now let us see about the importance of industries. Many people work in industries to earn a living to support their families. Industries provide many goods and services to people so that they can live a comfortable life. We have learned that industries are very important for our life. But we have to understand that industries cause pollution as well. So let us talk about industrial pollution. Many industries pollute the air and water in the cities where they are located. Industrial waste is dumped into the rivers, thereby polluting our water resources. Many countries in the world have adopted careful measures to protect the environment against industrial pollution. Industries in India too should employ careful methods to keep the environment clean so that we can live a very comfortable life. That's all about the chapter. Now read the chapter well and watch the video again. Then underline all the difficult words that you find in the chapter. Then copy that into your notebook and write each word 5 times and send that to my WhatsApp number before 5 o'clock today. Thank you for watching.